Today, I want to talk about a feeling many of us have experienced but don't always fully understand: isolation. That feeling of being alone, of thinking that no one truly understands what you're going through. This can be more than just a rough patch. It might be a sign that something bigger is being prepared for your life. Isolation refers to a physical or emotional separation from others. It can stem from external factors like living alone or being in an environment without social interaction. However, it can also be driven by internal factors, as is often the case with highly spiritual individuals who choose carefully whom they connect with. If you've ever felt this way, or are going through it now, stay with me. Let's explore this theme in depth. Before we start, don't forget to leave a like below. It helps the channel a lot and shows that you're enjoying the content. When viewed from a different perspective, isolation can be a powerful tool for spiritual and personal growth. This period of solitude can be the opportunity the universe gives us to pause and reflect on our lives, our choices, and the paths we are following. It is often in this silence that we find answers. Moreover, isolation can connect us to something greater. Sometimes small signs appear in our lives, almost like coincidences, but in reality, they are spiritual guides showing us that we are on the right path. Learning to see and interpret these synchronicities can be transformative. Accepting isolation as an opportunity rather than a punishment is essential. We know it's not easy to deal with loneliness and the questions that arise. However, it's important to remember that these moments are part of a larger process of self-discovery and strengthening. You are not alone. There are many people on similar journeys. Finally, understanding that each step of this journey, even if solitary, is essential to fulfilling your life's purpose. Isolation can be the beginning of a phase of deep growth and positive change. It is in silence that we find answers. So, prepare yourself for this internal journey. If you haven't left your like yet, do it now and subscribe to the channel to keep following our content. Let's embark on this journey of self-knowledge and spirituality together. Although not always the case, isolation is often associated with feelings of loneliness and disconnection, which can generate discomfort and fear. However, it's essential to realize that these challenging moments are not simply obstacles to overcome. They represent opportunities for our personal growth and transformation. By facing these challenges with courage, we emerge stronger, wiser, and more connected to our spiritual purpose. It's important to differentiate between isolation and loneliness. Being isolated does not automatically mean feeling lonely. But if you find yourself in a state of loneliness, it's essential to seek guidance to reframe these negative feelings and find a path of healing and deeper self-knowledge. Any negative feelings you experience are valuable for your spiritual growth. But remember that practicing isolation doesn't always involve such feelings. One of the main challenges faced during isolation is the feeling of being alone. The absence of friends and family can create a sense of emptiness and abandonment. This loneliness can feel overwhelming, especially if we are used to being surrounded by people who distract us from our own thoughts. However, in this solitude, we are invited to reconnect with our essence, finding comfort in our own company, and learning to love and accept ourselves as we are. It's important to remember that even when we are physically alone, we are never truly alone, and the feeling of loneliness is not determined by whether we are with others, but by how connected we feel to the world and people. The universe is always present, guiding us and offering support. During this period of introspection, we can discover a profound connection with the divine, which strengthens us and reminds us of our worth. Another significant aspect of the spiritual journey is connecting with others who share the same path. These chosen ones also seek answers beyond the material world and are committed to finding a greater meaning in their lives. Being in harmony with such individuals during times of isolation can be incredibly transformative and comforting. Connecting with others facing similar challenges gives us a sense of solidarity. These people are on their journeys, confronting fears and seeking spiritual depth, often feeling alone in this spiritual journey. These connections are often orchestrated by the universe itself, bringing into our lives those who are also searching for a deeper understanding of life. These relationships, far from being superficial, are based on a mutual understanding of spiritual experiences and challenges. They help us remember that we are all constantly growing, each at our own pace. This understanding invites us to be more compassionate with ourselves and others, valuing the lessons we learn every day. Imagine isolation as a valuable opportunity for self-discovery. In a world full of noise, whether from social media, the hustle and bustle of daily life, or the expectations of others, it becomes difficult to hear your own inner voice. In this sense, isolation can become a powerful tool for disconnecting from these distractions and, instead, reconnecting with yourself. When we move away from the superficial, we have the chance to reflect deeply on our choices, understand our true desires, and discover our purpose. It's as if the universe grants us a special moment to ask ourselves important questions. Am I on the right path? What truly brings me happiness? Which dreams have I yet to realize? These reflections are essential for personal growth, and isolation gives us the space needed to ponder them. During this period of introspection, we can examine our thoughts and behaviors more clearly. Self-reflection allows us to recognize old patterns that may no longer serve us, such as limiting beliefs, automatic habits, or fears that prevent us from moving forward. This process of looking within can be uncomfortable, but it is also profoundly transformative. Transformation, in this context, is not superficial. It begins from the inside out as we allow ourselves to confront and overcome our limitations. Isolation becomes an ally in this process, as without external distractions, we can focus on healing repressed emotions and preparing the ground for a new life phase. Additionally, there is a constant guidance from the universe, which manifests through signs and subtle messages. To notice these signs, it's important to be present and attentive. Praying and asking are also valid practices. It could be an unexpected encounter, a phrase that appears at just the right moment, or even an intuitive feeling that guides us. These small details are ways the universe shows us we are on the right path. Being fully engaged in the moment allows us to recognize these messages that previously went unnoticed. A casual comment, a song that stirs emotion, or even a coincidence can be ways the universe guides us. When we learn to value these small synchronicities, we realize that we are never alone on our journey, and that the universe is always by our side, offering support and guidance. Synchronicities are those coincidences that seem to be more than mere chance. Imagine you're thinking about a friend you haven't seen in a long time, and suddenly they reach out to you. Or you're facing a moment of indecision, and you hear someone say exactly what you needed to hear. These moments may seem random, but they indicate that we are in harmony with the universe and the natural flow of life. These experiences function as small signs, reaffirming that we are on the right path and aligned with our greater purpose. They're like stars guiding us on our journey, showing that everything happens at the right time. By paying attention to these meaningful coincidences, we are invited to reflect on their deeper significance. What is the universe trying to tell us? What is the hidden message in these seemingly simple events? The magic of synchronicities is in how they invite us to be more conscious and live with greater intention. By connecting with these signs, our life aligns with the universal flow, becoming richer and more meaningful. Small details, like a striking line in a book, a song that comes at the perfect moment, or even the appearance of a butterfly in a moment of reflection, are subtle ways the universe reminds us that we are being guided and protected, even in uncertain times. On the other hand, isolation can be a challenging experience. Being away from friends, family, and activities that keep us busy might initially seem negative, but it doesn't mean you have to do this constantly. Yet, in this period of solitude, we find a powerful opportunity for spiritual growth. When we talk about embracing isolation, we refer to seeing this time as a gift, a unique chance to reconnect with yourself and the divine. Isolation forces us to slow down and listen to our inner voice more clearly, away from daily distractions. In this space of quiet, we can examine who we are, what we desire, and most importantly, what we need to leave behind to evolve. Far from being a punishment, this moment is a necessary phase for our spiritual development. It allows us to break old patterns, leave behind what no longer serves us, and make room for new ways of being, more aligned with our true purpose. During this process, many find an inner peace they have never experienced before. This state of tranquility comes from acceptance and silence, where we can feel the universe's presence in every detail around us, whether in birdsong, a gentle breeze, or sunlight. This reminds us that even if we are physically alone, we are never truly alone. We've reached the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, like it, so we know we're on the right track. And if you have any thoughts on the subject, please share them with us so we can expand our collective consciousness together. See you soon.